I'm Jason, and this is the American Dream Car Show.
We're rolling.
What?
Hey, you put your mic on right this time.
Yeah.
Where's your hat?
What are you talking about?
You always wear a hat when we're sitting here on the chairs.
Not always.
You always wear a hat. You mostly wear a hat. You look weird without a hat.
Thank you.
So we're gonna talk about cars again?
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hi, I'm Jake. We're gonna be, but nah, just stop, rewind, play.
Take 6. Are you not going to tell me to get started?
Do I still need to tell you? Okay, fine. Do you want to get started?
I do.
Okay, then let's get started.
You know, Jake, one of my favorite parts of the show is the fact that we get to see and do so many different things.
Oh,
you know,
absolutely.
Just in the world of cars. We've got exotics, classics, these hot rods that are just really something else.
Yeah, and we see so many like favorites of mine, like the movie cars, obviously, race cars and Jeeps.
Yeah, but there's an area we haven't really gotten to yet, which is American muscle. Well, check it out, ladies. How many horsepower do you got going there?
Not that many.
We actually had a chance to go see some really cool American muscle. And if you're looking to like build a garage of your own, a great place to start is Mecum. So you've been thinking about starting a man cave, perhaps a she shed. You know, you got that perfect car in mind, maybe a really nice gas pump, some cool neon signage, but you don't know where to get started? Well, lucky for you, there's Mecum, the world's largest collectible automobile auction, and they are right here in Louisville, and they've rolled out the red carpet. Let's go check it out. All right, so let's get started with the cars. I'm thinking about American muscle. Let's go see if we can't find us maybe a Mustang, a Camaro, and some kind of a Challenger. How about that? Check it out, right over here. The great thing about Mecum is they have cars all across the board. I personally am a super big fan of the vehicles from the late 60s, early 70s, American muscle cars. Camaros, Challengers, the Mustangs, and I know because of the shopping list they have with Mecum that they have each one of those vehicles here. Now in the Camaro world, I'm looking for like a 68, 69. I spotted it when we were over here a little bit ago. It's a 1968, it's an SS. It's a 350 under the hood. I mean, this is a beautiful convertible, red, beautiful color. I think this car would be a great one to start our collection when we're talking about American muscle. All right, so for my personal dream collection, we found our Camaro, and we lucked out and also found a Challenger right over here, staying in the primary colors. It's yellow. I've always been a fan of the Dodge Challengers with the 440 under the hood. This thing could go. And with the original banana yellow color, it's gorgeous. Last but not least would be our 1968 Shelby GT350 Fastback. I love the color. This blue is gorgeous. Actually, I think we lucked out. We found all 3 of the vehicles we were looking for. A Mustang, we found a Challenger, we found a Camaro. In addition to that, I'd love to have like a neat gas pump, maybe a cool sign for the wall. And lucky for us, Mecum does road art. So what is road art exactly? Well, that would be anything from this gas pump to a cool sign, maybe a neon. Think about all the art that they used to have to do to attract you to that gas station or the restaurant or that roadside attraction. That's what they have now for sale. A lot of people save these things. They collected them over the years, and now they're the perfect addition to a man cave. Lucky for us, Mecum brings them all together for you, and you can get them here. We've got our cars, we've got our road art. The last thing we need is somebody to help us maintain our garage. How about the perfect mannequin, one of these fellas? They've got them at Creative Characters, and they can design all different crazy kinds of guys and gals. Come see them, they're awesome. They've got Mecum Auctions all over the country. If you find one in your neck of the woods, go check them out. It is always a good time when we head to a Mecum auction.
Oh, it totally is. Now, okay, as cool as Louisville was, how about that Indy Mecum when we got to see all those vets?
It blew my mind. There was pace cars, there was every decade you could possibly want. I mean,
so many, row after row.
You gotta check this out. All right, now see, this is what I love about Mecum, all right? You find unique items like this Corvette Sport Wagon. It's a 2004, and when have you ever seen one? I know I haven't. I've been to plenty of auctions. I've been to the Corvette Museum before, and I've not seen one of these in real life. And that's what makes Mecum so amazing. I mean, right here around us, we've got Woodies, we've got sports cars, we've got boats, and we've got a Corvette Sport Wagon. It's Mecum. What do you expect? Oh my goodness. Mecum and Indy is not failing to impress. You know what just happened inside the auction block right now? 16 Corvettes sold for $1.7 million. And they were special Corvettes, let me tell you. They were all pace cars of the Indianapolis 500. Talking about other special Corvettes, this one right here sold for over $1 million this weekend. It's got me thinking we might need to see some more Corvettes. Jake, you want to get on the road? Let's go, brother, come on. Now that is awesome. You know what's amazing? Here at the National Corvette Museum's Motorsports Park, you don't just have to watch it, you get to do it. So let's go do it. Jake, are you coming? All right, we're here with our Corvette that we get to drive, this yellow Corvette, that's a Stingray, and I'm excited about it. Jake, we get to be out on the track, we get to drive on the track, and you very rarely get to be anywhere but behind the camera, so how about this time? How about this time you come with me? How's that sound? I need a passenger, I need a co-pilot.
All right, hang on a second.
Come on, come on.
David, here, you take over.
All right, you ready, brother?
Yeah.
Let's roll. That's not where the handle is.
If I don't know,
he doesn't car
I
very
can't even
often.
get in the car. I'm doing a good job, or that's fine, just get in this. Woo! This one's gonna pucker up your, yeah.
Yeah, are you ready for this?
Yeah,
Let's start it up.
Nice. Okay, now my first question, you do know how to drive one of these, right?
It's an automatic, so yes. Larry says I can't drive anything but an automatic, so here we are, in an automatic.
Okay, that still doesn't answer my question. You can drive one of these things, right?
Yes, 10 and 2, I've got my license and I'm ready to go. Okay, let's do this. I'm genuinely nervous about this.
Why?
I mean,
you're the driver, I'm the passenger. If anybody should be nervous, I should be nervous.
Yeah, but once again, I'm the one that's driving. It's not like we're in the van, you know, on a highway right now. We're on a legit test track.
I mean, you could open it up a little bit.
Not in this curve. It says leave it at level 1. I think that's what that sign meant. I have no idea what
Cruising at level 1.
All right, let's go. I'm not gonna go super fast in the turns just because the last thing I want to be is in the wall, and you have been filming me while I do it. Oh, here's 3, 2, 1. All right, that's...
Jason, you know you don't have to do that. It makes its own sound effects.
I know, but it's like kind of fun. It's like playing pretend again. Only this is not pretend. This is a Corvette. 2017 Corvette Stingray on the test track, and we are driving it. This is really cool, man. Everything from ride-alongs to bring your own vehicles out. They've got the touring. I mean, there's something for any driver, and that's what's great about the Corvette Museum is they're trying to make what is a love for a particular type of vehicle through all these decades they've had them. They're allowing for the sports fan to actually experience it.
I've ridden in a Corvette before, but like, I mean, nothing this cool. This one's awesome. Yeah, it's like one of those cars where it's almost like there's like a lifestyle that goes along with it.
Absolutely, and when you see a group like the folks we saw earlier that had come down to hang out as a club, and the camaraderie, the friendship they had, and like the smiles on their faces because they weren't driving their Corvettes on the highway going 55. They were out here lighting them up and having some fun. And that kind of experience, the smiles we saw on their face, the pure joy of driving a vehicle the way it's meant to be driven is what's so awesome. If you have a chance, come do it. Dope. So if all those decades worth of Corvettes wasn't enough, driving one on the test track certainly was, and pushing me over the edge of being a gigantic fan of the Corvette. Now I want to step inside this building, the National Corvette Museum, and see all there is to know about the Corvette. The National Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky has all kinds of stuff to offer. If you're looking for event rental space, they've got you covered. If you're looking for a bite to eat, they've got you covered back here. We've already filled up, plus they've got the Corvette store. A gift for the Corvette lover in your life. I've already picked up a new t-shirt. I'm gonna go try it on, and then we can go on our tour. When the Corvette came on the scenes in the 1950s, it was really America's only sports car. That's why it's so important and probably why it has such a fan base today. Through the decades, of course, it's been through several different model and type changes, but it's still the Corvette we know and love. It was originally built not in Bowling Green, Kentucky, but then St. Louis and Michigan before that. All these different body styles, let's go check some out. A sports car for the masses with a racing pedigree. That's the Corvette. We're talking 7 generations of Corvettes, 7 different models that are all beloved by the fan base. There's a whole bunch of inductees in the Hall of Fame, and they're all here at the Corvette Museum. Now, something happened back on February 12th, 2014 that I think you'll find interesting. It's right here. Yeah, that's a sinkhole, and it's more than 30 feet down. The Corvette Museum in Bowling Green sits on top of one of the largest cave systems in the entire world. Mammoth Cave is just north of here. 8 cars fell in this sinkhole. I can't imagine losing one Corvette, let alone 8 that are museum quality into this hole. It was a very unfortunate thing that happened, but they made the best of it, and they said, hey, we're gonna put these cars on display. Starting in 1953 and making our way to today, the National Corvette Museum showcases everything that is the Corvette. Decades worth of cars, prototypes, one-of-a-kinds, race cars, everyday cars, and of course all those cars that fell into the sinkhole. If you're a Corvette owner or you've just been looking at getting a Corvette, you know why everybody loves these vehicles. It's because it's not just a car, it's a lifestyle. Now that was really a sight to see.
Oh yeah, all those Corvettes in the same space, just lined up. That was really, really cool.
Jake, it's wild because I mean, there's this point decades worth of these Corvettes. I mean, you're talking like 7 decades worth of 50s all the way to the current era.
Yeah, but more importantly, we got to drive one.
Oh, that was awesome. Get out on the track and really opening it up.
Well, I mean, opening it up might be giving it a little too much credit. Dude, you were riding the brake really hard. You could have gone faster.
I was just trying to keep you safe.
I'm just saying, you could have gone faster.
If you're looking for a hot rod of your own, the National Street Rod Association is a really cool place to start. We found out how they're built from the ground up. Tens of thousands of people, thousands and thousands of cars, and hundreds of vendors are all converged on Louisville, Kentucky to the state fairgrounds. Why? It's the NSRA Street Rod Nationals. Let's get inside and check it out. So it's funny how in this show and car world that we live in, how things come full circle. You may remember this beautiful car from a few episodes ago. Now she is being showcased at the National Street Rod Association show in Louisville, Kentucky. Kind of wild to see the Woody outside of the museum for the first time since I've been around it. But if you're going to take it somewhere, why not take it to a car show? Evan over here with Total Cost Involved said, hey, can we showcase the car? And we said, why not? Evan, what's going on, man?
Hey, Jason, good to meet you, man.
Evan, tell me a little bit about what your business is all about.
All right, Total Cost Involved's been around since '74. We actually started building Model A chassis in '74. By the '80s, we were up into the 32s and the 34s. As you can see, this is a 33, 34 Woody. We also have done 35 to 40s. Even now, we've moved up into the 80s Model C10 trucks. We're doing muscle cars like Ford Mustangs, Camaros, Novas. Our foundation is the street rod industry. The 28 to 40 Ford is the staple of street rodding, and that's where we started.
So what's your business model all about? I mean, when I come to you for help, what am I doing?
We got 45, 50 employees, 5 buildings out there in California.
Wow.
Where we build the rails. We build the ball joint cups, the tubular A-arms. We machine the spindles in-house.
So you're helping me build the foundation of my future beautiful car, right?
You got it. It's kind of like single piece workflow in the chassis shop.
Yeah.
We're gonna get brake lines. It'll come out of the back shop on a pallet. The front end and rear end comes from another shop on a pallet. It's out the door. You get it. In the afternoon, you could have the thing up on wheels and all of a sudden you got a body on it. You're pretending that you got a hot rod. When you get a chassis from us, not only is it complete, but it's got a warranty. We stand behind our stuff. You know, we're talking about American-made steel. Right. We pride ourselves in American steel. You know, we're using Moog ball joints, Timken bearings, Curry rear end, the best of the best. If I wouldn't put it on my car, I wouldn't give it to you. So when you get a foundation from us, it's the best you can get.
That's really cool. So I mean, obviously you guys have a lot going on here. Show us a couple other cool things.
You got it.
All right, so I've been talking about the start to finish foundation of a car. That's what we have here, right?
It really is. This is our 35 to 40. Very similar to what's under the 34 Woody. You've got the big X member that I talked about so we could run the exhaust through it. You've got power boosted brakes underneath the car. You've got stainless brake lines, a brand new Curry 9-inch Ford rear end, so you've got a brand new gear. You've got a warranty on that gear. We've got front and rear anti-sway bars, adjustable coilovers, not just ride height adjustable, but rebound adjustable so we can control the quality of the ride.
So basically you have something here that's super strong and super durable, but will allow for that flexibility so you have a nice smooth ride.
Being a fully boxed chassis, now the chassis is not going to flex. The suspension can do its job. And I can set it up for multiple engines and trannies, you know, small block Chevy, or you could do the new LT4 Corvette deal. I've even put 8-speed automatics behind them now, or 6-speed stick. We've got all the options, so if a guy wants to get out there and he wants a stick car because his first hot rod had a stick, well, we can do it.
All right, I'm gonna play dumb for just a second. What is the benefit of having things like where it's going through the middle instead of the outside? I mean, what's the X do for us? I mean, can you help me out?
Sure, the X member ties the chassis together, provides that torsional rigidity to make that chassis not flex, but yet we make it big enough to run the exhaust through it, not under it. These cars sit so low, you can't afford to put the exhaust under the car. It's got to go through the rails.
There you go. We learned something today. Thank you so much, Evan. All right, now tell me about like your dream car, your favorite car. Like what is that one that sets up on a pedestal for you?
Well, I always wanted the 69 Camaro. Of course, unobtainium, couldn't afford it. I ended up with my dad's 63 Nova. I've turned that into an autocross road course car. I've been to Optima with the car. The more I drive it, the more I like it because it's not a Camaro, it's not a Corvette.
But it's a bad boy, huh?
Totally in love with the car. 427 small block, T56 Magnum 6-speed, all our goodies on it. It's a go fast mobile.
Man, so nice to have met you. Thank you for your time.
Hey, same here, buddy.
It's easy to see why people have such an affinity for automobiles. I mean, the engines, the loud roars, the going fast.
Yeah.
But then when you find that same passion goes into something completely different, kind of throws you a curveball a little bit.
It does, especially when you find it in like the most unexpected place.
All right, so while in Louisville, Kentucky, we were told to look up some folks that are into plants and mulch, but also into cars and signs. And my eyes am automatically being drawn right here to the 68 Camaro. Got a Chevelle over here, beautiful Volkswagen Bug. I wonder if the owner's hanging out. Sir, that wouldn't happen to be you by any chance, would it?
Yes, sir, buddy. How you doing?
Hey, Jason, man, how are you?
Man. Greg, how you doing today, buddy?
Greg, very, very well. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, buddy.
What's going on here, dude? I mean, we got cars, we got plants, we got signs, we got memorabilia.
My lifelong dream or addiction or whatever you want to call it, that me and my wife got into, and it stuck with us.
Isn't that a fun addiction to have, though?
It's a great hobby.
And so when did you get started?
Well, when I was about 7 years old, I got my first sign,
No kidding.
and I still have it today.
You got your first sign
Yes,
that you got
sir.
when you were 7?
Yes, sir.
I definitely want to see it. That'd be something to see.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll be glad to show it to you.
Awesome, let's go. Oh wow, Greg, you weren't kidding. I mean, I'm looking at signs. There's a carousel ride horse back here.
Yeah,
and
that-
your first sign is hanging out
Yes,
back there?
sir. This Prestone here I got when I was around 7.
What was it about this sign at 7 years old that caught your eye?
I don't know. I just like the looks of it. My mother always told me I was born in the wrong decade.
Okay. You got an old soul, is that what they call it?
Yes, sir. I think that's what they call it, an old soul.
So that one caught your eye. You said, I've got to have it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that was my first time. That was a Prestone thermometer I got when I was around 7. I got that from Billy Moss, a friend of mine. They owned an auto parts store.
And so this one led to another one, right?
This one led to another one, and the second one is a STP sign, which is right over here on this wall.
Okay, let's check it out. It's a nice looking sign.
Now, after that, I can't tell you what's happened because I can't remember.
And that's what's great about collecting.
Yeah.
Is you can have fun doing it, right? And I'm seeing your collection go all over the place. The hot rod shop sign's unique. What's going on with the cashier sign here?
That come out of a dealership. I got that in Georgia at an auction.
What about your collection? I mean, what is it that catches your eye?
Gas and oil and soda. And I really like Carnival because I'm a kid that never growed up.
You know, and if you can enjoy what you're doing, you don't ever have to grow
yes,
up,
sir,
right?
Yeah. No, I don't have to grow up. We worked hard and we've been blessed every day of our life.
And you say we.
Well, I mean, me and my wife, Gail.
Okay.
And she's in the house if you want to see the good stuff.
All right, so we need to go see the good stuff.
Yes, sir. We need to go in the house and see Gail.
Jake, let's go check out the good stuff. All right, so Greg said to come find Gail for the good stuff, and I'm seeing some good stuff, and I think this is Gail.
Yes.
How are you, girl?
Good. How are you?
I'm very well. Thank you so much for having us today.
No problem.
Now, you said the good stuff is inside.
Absolutely.
And that's where you live, so obviously you bring the good stuff in with you. Mm-hmm. What kind of stuff are we looking at here?
Let's take a look, okay?
Got a nice gas pump here. Looks like the cool stuff's back here.
The cool stuff is back here, okay? We have got
Woody looks familiar.
yes, and we've got the good stuff, really good stuff
Oh,
back
wow. How old is this Coke machine?
here. From 1940s.
It looks brand new.
Vendo 44.
It is beautiful.
Thank you. Holds 44 drinks.
So you got any in it right now?
No. Drank it all.
What about this record player here?
1957 Wurlitzer jukebox.
Where would you have found this in its original state?
Diner or a bar.
Okay. Does it still work?
Still works perfectly.
Speaking of still working, what about this guy right here? Does this work?
Can you feel it?
This works.
This Pac-Man tabletop is in pristine condition. This looks like it's brand new.
It looks like brand new, but it's old. It's extremely old.
This is an absolutely stunning piece. Now, is this something you guys would be willing to part with? Do you think Greg would let it go?
No.
She's laughing. That's not going anywhere.
Absolutely not.
All right, now, Gail, if he's not parting with Pac-Man, is there anything you think he might let go today?
There could be one thing.
I'm into video games.
Can you feel it?
You like Donkey Kong?
I do like Donkey Kong.
Let's go see if he's got a weak moment, okay?
Let's see if he's got a weak moment. All right, Jake, so she sent me back out to him. Greg, she said we got some cool stuff that you wanted to show me over here, because I'm into like gaming. I love signs,
Oh, yeah. I got some stuff over here.
right?
We got this was the race car out of Indiana State Amusement Park.
Oh, neato.
That was the car that was a display that you walked up before you took the ride.
Gotcha. So you would see this, you'd get excited about what you're about to do.
The kids would just go crazy trying to get in there.
So you got some Blues Brothers hanging out back here.
Yes,
You
sir.
got an affinity for beach.
So yeah, I like the beach and surfboards and palm trees. They make everybody happy.
You got a nice skee ball machine
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Now, I told Gail I was into gaming.
I got an old Donkey Kong machine back here. I'd probably show you.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
Donkey
Yeah.
Kong. All All right, Greg, so here she is.
Yes, sir. Here's that old Donkey Kong machine.
And this is a 1981 Donkey Kong,
Yes, sir,
right?
yeah.
What's the story behind this guy?
Well, there was a bar that was closing in town, and who was in the bar for sale, and I said, well, I think I need that over. I don't have one.
Man, this is the kind of thing that I would love to have, like in my man cave. Is this something you would part with?
We could probably make a deal on that. Probably get rid of that if somebody got interested.
All right, so I'm a guy that's interested. You got to think about a guy that literally grew up playing games just like this one. Not at a bar, mind you, but at the arcades.
No, because you wasn't old enough to go to the bar.
But I would love to have something like this in my personal man cave.
Oh, that'd be great.
You think we can make a deal on it?
Yeah, we probably can.
Man, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir.
What?
Dude, you don't understand. I'm just so jealous that you get that Donkey Kong game.
Sorry.
No. I'm happy for you. I am. I just want to play too.
Well, guess what, buddy? It's a two-player game. Yes. You're into your movies. I like video games. There's all these fans of cars. I mean, no matter who you are, there's probably a passion you can get behind.
Yeah, well, and we're finding through the show that there's just so many different hobbies that you can literally spend all of your time and money on.
And they'll often come together. On the next episode, we dive into fan bases.